Hey folks, MasakoX here. It's been a while, but it's time to see what the little monkey that could is up to. For those new to the channel, first of all I would like to say welcome to you. But this is the story of Krillin becoming a Saiyan via a wish on Shenron that he had made before Dragon Ball Z started. Now, you may think that that's not possible for the dragon to change the physiology of a being into another one. But when I started the series, I could not find any concrete evidence stating this to be a case or fact, so thusly, I felt it could be fun for Krillin to inadvertently ask to become a Saiyan without even knowing it. Today's video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and saga. Tokyo Treat and saga are both monthly Japanese snack subscription boxes. With saga, you'll receive 20 traditional and authentic artisan Japanese snack items, including Japanese teas, and one special Japanese tableware with your box every month. Saga hopes to colour your palette this month with the colours of Koyo, celebrating Japan's unique autumnal experience. Sample flavours such as maple leek momoji manju and some very tasty warm-up mochi, all by partnering with local Japanese snack makers and continuing to share Japanese culture and traditions that have been passed down for over 100 years. And for the Tokyo Treat box, you'll receive up to 20 exclusive limited edition and seasonal snacks from Japan, and this month focusing on Akihabara, the theme being Akihabara Adventure. Pop culture snacks await you from Akihabara, Japan's hub for all things anime, manga and electronics, with classic Kit Kats that are chestnut flavour this time, lemon tea taiyaki, and a mystery flavour of Fanta. What will be in your box? Whatever you get, both saga and Tokyo Treat boxes give you a very useful guidebook that clues you in on Japanese culture, as well as important nutritional information. I've been getting these boxes all through 2022, and it's been so fascinating to see Japanese tastes develop throughout the year, and I can't wait to do it again next year. You can go to my Up on the Lookout channel to find out more about these treats, or you can go ahead and get $5 off your first saga or Tokyo Treat order, all by using the code MasakoX at checkout, or via the links in the description below. Thanks once again to saga and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. In the last part, the Dragon team present were easily able to take down Deborah, but that didn't mean that their ability to stop Babidi was a foregone conclusion. Instead, the Potato Wizard resorted to another one of his tactics in order to get his way, and that was to create illusions for the fighters. As a result, and thanks to some very bad luck, our heroes were fooled into dunking on one another. As far as they could tell, they were going up against yet more minions that looked like Deborah, their Demon King Master, who had met his demise just then. With Shin not privy to this, all that he could see, and we as the audience could see, was the Dragon team just randomly hitting each other, causing themselves great damage for no discernible reason. He had thought they'd gone mad, but they had no clue about the truth of their predicament. As this went down, Gohan quickly headed off, with Piccolo and Tenshinhan joining him to help them once it was clear that Videl was okay after her wounds sustained by Majin Hercule. Despite these reinforcements, Buu was released anyway, thanks to the hoodwinked heroes exerting enough energy in which Babidi could release the sealed ball. Buu was here and ready to play a part in this encounter. Let's resume. Now, with everyone present to witness Buu's arrival, it met with a rather more surreal introduction. Nobody, except Shin, knew the gravitas behind this revelation. In fact, when they saw Buu, they were very much taken aback. Instead of a scary and universe-destroying entity that they should fear, they saw a rotund and soft genie who was busy just jumping around and making very unfunny quips as he roamed around the ball that he once called his home for many millions of years. Shin remained focused and tense, whereas the rest of the team started to relax a little bit. Babidi was jubilant though. At long last, Majin Buu is free and mind to control! Vegeta found this all to be rather funny. Please, this is the thing you were scared of, Kai. Shin didn't care about this jibe. Indeed, Vegeta. This visage is not something to trust. He may look placid, but deep down, this is the most terrifying being in the known universe. But everyone found it very hard to believe. Goku walked over to Buu and said hello, albeit tentatively. Hello, Buu? Buu stopped dancing around and looked at the Saiyan. Hello, who are you? I'm Goku. How are you? Buu fine. Bit stiff though. He cracked his back casually. You come to play with Buu? Play? What kind of play? Buu nodded and proceeded to fight Goku. That was an odd choice of game. But Goku wasn't immediately frightened by this power. Piccolo witnessed this with derision.
Seriously? This is where all the energy gathered went? This Buu's no fighter. He's just a bowl full of jelly!
Shin looked at him. Piccolo, you know better than that. Think to what Kami, a part of you, would recall. This Buu is the manifestation of evil, who took me from my former master. I was there, and saw the whole thing. He sacrificed himself to stop Buu from annihilating everything we hold dear. He has absorbed a part of him. Piccolo closed his eyes for a second, and recalled Kami's thoughts. Shin was right. This Buu was a combination of the Grand Supreme Kai and the real Majin Buu. And what he could see in the flashback was kind of scary. He didn't know how it worked, but that absorption had neutralized the immediate threat seemingly. But nevertheless, a world with Buu free to roam was clearly not a place that Shin wanted to be in. After their playfight had gone on for a while, Buu clapped his hands.
Ah, you're fun, Goku! Boo, enjoy that warm-up! Thank you!
Goku shakily gave him a thumbs up as he was pretty beat up from that encounter. Babidi, though, was apoplectic that all of this ceased.
Do not stop, you moron! You are supposed to kill him! Kill them all! Why would Boo do that? Boo would have no friend to play with. I don't like you, tiny man.
He stuck his tongue out at the mage. Babidi got mad and tried to control Boo's mind right there and then, which worked for a brief second, but Buu quickly chucked him out of there. Clearly, this being had a very unorthodox mind, which, without careful study, Babidi would struggle to rein in. He was clearly clutching at straws. At this, Krillin had an idea. Now, call me crazy, but this guy is kinda simple. He's not, Krillin, don't you understand? Lamented Shin. Buu is the embodiment of evil. You say that, but he's not all Buu. Like you said, your master negated the badness within him, at least enough to stop him from doing anything rash all of a sudden. Couldn't we, talk to him? Took to Goku really well. Vegeta scoffed.
Yeah, they were really close.
Goku limped over as Babidi and Buu were bickering. He's got a point, Shin. Let Krillin talk to him. He's very good at talking to people and all. Gohan offered to go with Krillin, but Krillin declined this offer. No thanks, Gohan. I don't think he'll take kindly to... Lazuli placed a hand on his shoulder. Let me help, hon. Lazuli? You sure? Think about it. We got a kid, and that thing acts like a kid. Let's try. If he doesn't comply, then, we can kick his ass. Krillin pondered this for a moment before agreeing to go along with this. Marron was a good egg. They'd raised her fairly well so far. This coming from arguably the most functional family in Dragon Ball, am I right? So, with that, Shin ready to step in, really spitting feathers, Krillin and Lazuli walked toward Buu. He and the Spud Sorcerer were fiercely shouting at one another before Buu slapped him away, telling him to shut up and knocking him out. Krillin nervously hailed him and Buu turned to face them.
What?
Said Buu, clearly still irritated from his previous argument. Hey, buddy, wizards, am I right? So annoying. Buu smiled a little.
Yeah, that one is mean.
Lazuli nodded. Very mean. Say, what do you like to do, Buu?
Boo like to play and, eat.
Well, would you look at that, said Krillin, growing some confidence. Me and Goku like to eat. If we get you some food, let's talk a little bit.
You get Boo food?
Lazuli outstretched a hand. Just promise not to hurt anyone until we get back, okay? Buu, unsure what to do with his hand, poked it. Deal, said Lazuli, with a slightly forced laugh. Buu then did a happy dance, a little happy jig, and was looking forward to get something to eat after all this time. Now, I bet you're going to say that,
Masako, you're ruining the saga!
Well, let's be real. Had the fighters thought about treating Buu with respect and placating him with food, sort of enhancing what Goku did to make him comply with waiting? Like Saiyan's food, they could have easily gotten him on side. Also, why didn't Shin explain the true composition of Buu sooner? He knew the Grand Supreme Kai was part of Buu, since he was there when it happened. Anyway, justification over, it cuts off a lot of filler anyway. Vegeta and Piccolo were beside themselves with incredulity.
Is this how we beat the legendary Majin Buu? With a meal?
The prince was furious with this charade, and was ready to go in and fight Buu himself. But Goku grabbed him and gazed into his very soul. Not this time, Vegeta. It's better for us all if we let this happen. And hey, if we end up being friends, we can fight and train with him so he can get stronger. Vegeta was growling at being forced into this.
What's gotten into you, Kakarot? You're letting the imposter run the show?
Do you got any better ideas? Said Goku with a serious tone. Nope, Vegeta didn't have any. So without saying a word, he just left, heading back to Capsule Corp, unable to look anyone in the eye.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of with Vegeta on this one, Goku. Doesn't this seem kinda odd?
Goku shrugged. Well, not really. Food always makes things better, you know? Piccolo scowled.
I don't, Goku. I don't eat.
Oh, right. Thankfully, to stop the awkward tension, Lazuli and Krillin had arrived with the food, and Buu began to tuck in. He found all the food to be very exquisite, delicious, and was very happy about it. He hadn't eaten anything this good in eons, and he polished off the entire banquet in mere minutes. It would have taken multiple humans hours to do the same feat. Buu patted his stomach and belched.
Delish! Thank you! Boo full now!
He smiled, and Krillin and Lazuli smiled back, relaxing a little. There's more where that came from. If you promise to be a good boy and be our friend, cooed Lazuli.
Friend?
Buu didn't know what that meant, but before Krillin had explained what it meant, Babidi woke up after being knocked out and flew into a fit of rage, kicking over the plate containing the last scraps of food.
Enough of this! I will not be thwarted by hors d'oeuvres!
Buu looked a little confused.
You hungry too, Potato? No! You are mine to control, and I command you to kill these fools at once! I freed you, and you shall obey. Get that out of your hand and listen!
Buu had picked up one last donut, which Babidi then slapped out of his hand. Uh-oh. You see, Buu? That guy is the opposite of a friend. Lazuli gestured to her husband that they should probably step back a little bit. Steam was forming from Buu's head, and his eyes, which had been slits up until now, opened. And despite their simplistic design and nature, they were still scary to look at.
You not touch Boo's food? Ah!
Buu shrieked and picked up Babidi, clutching at his throat. Babidi was terrified beyond belief. He may have been an all-powerful mage, but in the brute strength department, he was woefully lacking. The genie's antenna began to crackle and spark. Lazuli joked. Well, he's dead meat. That gave Buu a thought.
Meat? Yeah. Potato Man look good enough to eat. Wait, Boo, no. Let's talk. I'm sorry that
Too late. Boo's antenna sent out a beam which engulfed Babidi, turning him into a literal jacket potato. Or a baked potato for you American folks out there. Nothing wrong with a jacket potato with cheese and beans. Or in our case, Jakes and sensu beans. In one swift move, Buu ate Babidi whole and looked proud of himself. Krillin, keen to break the ice, spoke up. Say, if you can turn people into food, why do you need actual food, huh? Buu shook his head.
real food tastes better.
He said. Oh, it made sense. Shin couldn't believe it. Babidi had been slain by his own beast. Buu had saved them. Granted, this was very much done in a fit of anger unbefitting for a hero, but the results spoke for themselves. Buu was free. Oh no, Buu was free. Shin couldn't quite get over the fact that despite the stroke of luck, the beast that had caused chaos millennia ago was allowed to walk about like this. He almost didn't care about what Krillin and Lazuli had done. The fact remained that this was something that he, the Supreme Kai, had come here to put a stop to. He was supposed to take care of this. Krillin, I thank you for your help, but feeding Buu will only delay the inevitable. We need a longer-term solution if we wish to truly be rid of the worry. Buu was now rubbing his stomach in contentment, glad that Babidi was gone and now in his belly. He then yawned and fell asleep without warning. That's right, he had gone to sleep. How long? Nobody knew, but this was Shin's chance. Everyone, we must put Buu back in the ball. Krillin and Lazuli looked taken aback. Back in the ball? Supreme Kai, we're just sure we could take care of him. He just needs food and the occasional fight is all. Not much different to Goku. Shin didn't see the funny side of this though. I'm sorry, but as the Supreme Kai of this realm, your ruler, I must insist that we seal him away again. We don't know how long he might be asleep for, so we must act now. I know how to do it, after studying Babidi's tomes. Lazuli and Krillin were kind of saddened by this lack of trust. Yes, they knew that Shin was only doing his job, but turns out that, despite their camaraderie, he still had little faith in them after all. He even felt sorry for Buu in a way. They didn't realize that Buu was this naive. Piccolo though sided with Shin.
I'd rather not be held responsible for the universe going south, you two.
The pair were torn, but they ultimately chose to hold their tongues from then on. But they chose not to help with placing Buu back in the sealed ball. When it was done, Shin was ready to head back to the sacred world of the Kais with the ball containing Buu, promising to hide this orb somewhere that no one would ever find it. Thank you for your help, everyone. It might have been hard to do, but this is truly a great day for our universe. We are safe, and nobody got hurt.
Lazuli grimaced.
Yeah, right, what about Yamu and Hercule? Did their lives not count? Well, in any case, Shin bade them farewell, and with that, the Buu saga was nullified. All thanks to Krillin and Lazuli's bribery. But they didn't want it that way. They were willing to go ahead and try and befriend the genie. But all that got them was him being imprisoned again. If he ever got out, he would be mad. And who knows what he would do. When the duo were flying back to Papaya Island to pick up their daughter, they talked about it a little.
I don't get it, darling. If Shin understood, he would have allowed us to at least try and calm him down. We could have used the Dragon Balls, I don't know, to purge the evil out of him.
Lazuli was jaded from all of this. No, Krillin. He clearly was too desperate to think. Some supreme ruler or whatever. He'll regret this. One day. Krillin was a little concerned at this vitriolic response, but all of this ebbed away when they set eyes on their daughter. Their little girl, unknowingly, had helped them save the world at the cost of an innocent soul's freedom. But that's where we're going to be leaving things for right now. If you like this story, why not check this story here where Majin Buu kept his skinny ways in the Tournament of Power and did ourselves a favour. And I shall see you in the next video. Catch you later!